Hello, everyone. Thank you for joining us. First, I wanted to extend a congratulations to all of our admitted students, potentially those that have already deposited that will be joining us in the fall. Welcome to one of a series of a whole entire variety of different virtual events that we are doing for admitted students throughout the month of April, and we're excited to have you here with us tonight. I am Danielle. I am one of our associate directors in the Office of Admissions, so I speak for all of my colleagues when we have enjoyed getting to know all of you throughout your entire college search process journey, to be the first ones to welcome you. And now we kind of hand it over to all of our current students, faculty, staff members across campus to also join us in the celebration welcoming you to campus. I'm excited for the group that we have tonight for you to get to learn a little bit more about Lehigh Business and what it means to be a student in the College of Business at Lehigh. And with that, I will turn it over to Dean Zalapan to introduce herself and then also all of our panelists.
Well, thank you very much, Danielle. Welcome to our virtual, I guess we're considering it a virtual student panel tonight. And thanks for taking the time to join us. It's a little rainy here in Lehigh's Bethlehem area, but we are all sunny and excited to answer your questions and give you that inside look at what it means to be a student at Lehigh and to hopefully give you a sense of the student experience here. We have a great panel of 7 students from a lot of different backgrounds, so hopefully you'll have all of your questions answered tonight. So I just want to give a little bit of housekeeping here. We have a Q&A button on the bottom of your screen, and the reason we have that there is because we really want to answer your questions. This session is all about you and what your information needs are. We have a lot of things we'd love to share with you, but really want to focus on what your needs are and what your questions are. So don't hesitate at any time to start putting your questions there under the chat button, and I will Q&A button, and I'll make sure that we get to as many questions as we can during the session. The session is going to be recorded, so in the event that you get pulled away from our riveting session, you'll have the opportunity to go back and capture some additional information if you need it. So how about if we go around the screen, and students, if you could kindly share your name, maybe your hometown or where you're from, give us a little bit of information about your majors. I know a lot of you have minors as well, and maybe just a little bit about the activities that you do on campus, the type of engagement you have. So I think what I'll do is I'll start bouncing it around the screen, starting with Trevor. You're up on my corner.
Awesome. Hi, everybody. My name is Trevor Ballingall. I'm a junior at Lehigh, currently studying finance with a concentration in real estate finance. I'm from Colts Neck, New Jersey, so about an hour and 20 minutes from campus, not too far. In addition to being involved with admissions as an admissions fellow, I am also involved in the tour guiding program on campus, president of our university's International Business Club, and that's something that I've kind of spearheaded since my freshman year, and I'm proud of that, as well as a writing and communication fellowship on campus. That's also something that I've grown to love here at Lehigh, so if you have questions about that, feel free to ask. And yeah, I'll pass it off to the next person.
Okay, Melissa.
Hi, my name is Melissa Hertzberg. I'm a senior at Lehigh, majoring in finance on the economics track, and I have minors in earth and environmental science and entrepreneurship. I'm also from New Jersey. I'm from more like northern central Jersey, if you believe that's a thing. It's about an hour away from Lehigh's campus. And some other things I'm involved with. I am currently the co-president of the club field hockey team at Lehigh. I really enjoy club sports, so that's been a lot of fun. And then academically, I'm involved with the Martindale Student Associate Honors Program, which is like a research program where I also have the opportunity to travel abroad. So if you have any questions about that, I'd love to share more about my experience.
Natalie.
Hi, I'm Natalie. I'm a senior from Colorado. I'm majoring in finance with a triple minor in entrepreneurship, real estate, and international relations. And then some things I'm involved in on campus. I'm part of Greek Life. I am also a tour guide and an admissions fellow. And then I'm a peer mentor for incoming first-year students in the College of Business.
Emily.
Hi, everyone. My name is Emily Friedman. I'm a current junior here at Lehigh. I'm majoring in marketing and minoring in graphic design and management. I'm originally from California, San Francisco, and on campus, I'm involved in admissions. So I'm a tour guide as well as an admissions fellow. I am also a business peer mentor like Natalie. And then I am part of Greek Life, and I also play on the club soccer and club lacrosse teams here at Lehigh.
A lot of activities going on here. Shane.
Hey everyone, I'm Shane. I'm a senior at Lehigh studying supply chain management, and I have a minor in psychology. On campus, I'm involved in our supply chain management club as well as our club rugby team. I'm from Connecticut in Fairfield County. If you know where that is, it's about like an hour outside of New York City. So yeah, that's about it.
Okay, Malik.
Hi, my name is Malik Wahidy. I'm a senior majoring in finance and economics with a minor in French language studies. And on campus, I'm involved in the Office of Student Engagement, where I'm the programming coordinator. And then I'm also the vice president of programming for the South Asian Students Association. And lastly, I'm an admissions fellow in the Office of Admissions. Thank you.
Okay, lots of activities. And last but certainly not least, Robert Lanni.
Hi, everyone. I'm Robert. I'm a senior at Lehigh, studying finance as my major and business information systems and fintech as my minors. I'm from Greenwich, Connecticut, so pretty close to Shane. And at Lehigh, I'm involved in the investment management group. So we're a student-run portfolio. And then also Lehigh's club golf team, where I'm on the executive board as that.
Okay, we have a lot of different activities here. And I think a lot of students out there right now are looking at everything you're doing and thinking about, I wonder why. I wonder what they think is so special about Lehigh that they're on this call today to tell me about the experience. So how about if we do a rapid round of sharing, what would you say to these students about what makes Lehigh Business special? What's one, maybe two things that you think make Lehigh Business special to get our conversation started? And I am just going to let you talk.
I can hop in first. I think for me, what makes Lehigh's business program special is definitely the mentoring that you receive with your professors. So earlier this semester, I was kind of in between internship offers for the upcoming summer, and I went up to one of my finance professors who I'd come to know very well, and I basically asked for her input. Do you know any students that have maybe pursued internships in either of these companies, and what do you kind of think about the decisions that I have here? And she gave me really good kind of life advice, and I think that's what a lot of professors in the College of Business are willing to provide for students.
A lot of nodding.
Yeah, I could jump in next. I think one of the best things about Lehigh's business program is that you sort of, for the first 2 years, you take an introductory course in each of our majors. So things like finance, accounting, supply chain marketing. And then after those 2 years, you have the opportunity to then declare your major. So it's almost like a sampling period. And I knew that was great for me coming into Lehigh because I knew I wanted to do business, but I had no idea what I wanted to major in. So that sample period is huge, especially in contrast to other business schools that make you pick your major as soon as you come in.
There's so many ways Lehigh Business is special. They're trying to pick that one thing.
I can just add on to something that Robert was saying. So I also enjoyed the opportunity to have kind of the core curriculum at the beginning of the first 2 years to kind of figure out exactly and be more certain in my decision as to what I wanted to major in. But then that being said, once I actually declared my finance major, I had the opportunity to pick out of a listing of different finance classes, which ones I would be more interested in taking, which all would count towards my major. So I was more interested in taking more economics-based classes. So 2 of my finance credits actually ended up being economics courses that were like cross-listed. So I think that's something that's really unique about Lehigh's business school is that even though my main focus is finance, it gives me a little bit more of a concentration in a certain area that I'm interested in. And so I have other friends that are also finance majors, but say they're really good at stats or more interested in data analytics, so they can take a course that also counts to their finance major, but that may be a topic more geared towards that. So I think that's really valuable.
I could jump in now. Something that I think is kind of sets Lehigh Business apart from other schools that I've heard of from family members and friends back at home is all of the opportunities to collaborate with other people in your classes. Because I feel like a lot of people, when they think of business or think about going into business, they kind of are set on that competition mindset. And I know, like, my brother went to school in Atlanta, and he told me that everyone in his classes was like competing with each other and not really like working as a team. Like when a test would come up, they're not studying together. They're kind of like focused on just doing it themselves. But at Lehigh, I feel like everyone kind of is in that same tight-knit community mindset. Like we all need to get this done together, which it makes it feel like a pretty healthy community to be in.
Nodding on that.
Oh, so sorry.
Oh no, keep going.
I was just going to say something that I really love about Lehigh's business is how supportive and interested our professors are in our lives. I've had a lot of professors go out of their way to check in to see where I was in my professional development career, as well as hosting office hours at like 8 p.m. on a Friday night. So it's just the extra effort that they'll put in.
Yeah, I just also want to add, I think something to point out is just the class sizes. Lehigh is 5,000 undergrad, and your first year you will have more of those intro classes like Robert was saying, but with that you'll have recitations that are about 15 to 25 students with a TA or a grad student. And I think as you kind of get closer to getting your major and you're in those classes more specifically for your major, your classes get smaller and you kind of see the same people in your class. And I think that's been really nice for me to kind of get to know these students who are interested in the same things as me more. And with that being said, like you do get to form a relationship with your professor gets to know your name, and you're not just like a number to them, which I really appreciate.
Mm-hmm. Anything to add, Malik?
I will say the biggest thing for me was the resources given along the way. I'm just helping you prepare for your internships. Like I remember one of my classes, they took us and we just met with real professional people that like had big jobs in the executive teams, and we just worked on our elevator pitches with them. And that was a really big deal for me to kind of work on applying what you learned in the classroom, and I really enjoyed that aspect.
Lots of good reasons. And we're already getting some great questions coming in here. I believe we do have a ringer on this question about NASDAQ. They wanted to know if anybody participated in NASDAQ programs and if you could speak about that. Emily, I see you nodding. Do you want to give us a little more information about that?
Yeah, so I have not actually participated in one of the programs, but I'm currently actually their marketing and communications intern. And so my roommate right now, she actually did the Lehigh Silicon Valley last winter break. And so she got to work with various companies out in Silicon Valley, did some research and projects with them. She applied for it, got it. And then half of it was online. And then, Melissa, I think, also did this, so she can probably expand a little more because she'll know. But then the second half was in person, and she actually got to come to California, got to see and meet these people in Silicon Valley. And then she created a great group of friends, and they actually just recently had a reunion yesterday. And so she was telling me all about it. Melissa, I'm sure you have more to add since you actually did it.
Yeah, I'm happy to add. You actually did a really great recap of it, so almost as if you were there. But I actually did it the winter prior to this past winter, so it was kind of peak COVID times, and we unfortunately were unable to travel to California, which was definitely disappointing. But the program itself, through the Lehigh Baker Institute, which is kind of the area which houses all of the entrepreneurial kind of ventures and programs at Lehigh. That's the program that hosts this Lehigh Silicon Valley. And so they did a really awesome job of making an alternative program and having it be virtual. They actually expanded the program to be 2 weeks long so that we could make sure we get all the experiences in as if we were trying to go to Silicon Valley. And so that was really awesome. We got to speak to a lot of the liaisons that Lehigh has relationships with in the NASDAQ Entrepreneurial Center in California. So there's definitely a lot of opportunities to get involved there.
It's pretty neat. I need to have a Lehigh presence out there on the West Coast. It's great that you're able to connect with that. So this is kind of a somewhat related question because it gets at the concept of applying your learning and learning from experience. This student writes, what kind of internships are available to students, and is it difficult to get internships as a freshman? So perhaps those of you who've had internships could speak to a little bit more about the types of internships you've done, how they're available, when you did them.
So there are a couple options. For freshmen and sophomores, typically, it tends to be a little bit more difficult to get internships based on the recruiting processes for bigger companies. That said, though, you can land internships with startups during those first 2 years. And that's typically what students will do. And they'll pursue that through the NASDAQ Center, for example. They're a really great liaison. There's other options, too, that Lehigh offers regarding internships specifically. So there are a couple programming opportunities for students. You have the Tauk Scholars Program and the Iacocca International Internship Program. And so those two opportunities are fully funded internships. They send students abroad into another country, and you work with companies out in that country for the summer, and you get hands-on internship experience, and you also learn a lot about the trade. And then there's also programs like the one that Melissa is involved in, the Martindale Student Associate Honors Program, which isn't necessarily an internship, but it offers really great kind of hands-on learning experience that you can leverage into some of your internships that you pursue in your junior and senior year.
That's a really good overview. Can anybody speak to maybe some of the internships that you've done or the types of learning or activities that you've done?
I'll just add on that. My freshman year, I took a course online through Lehigh in the summer because I wasn't able to more easily land an internship right away. So I worked a little bit and then I took some courses. So I was able to kind of get ahead on my curriculum a little bit. And I found that really beneficial to kind of ease up the workload during the semester. So for me, that worked really well. And it kind of was able to show the next year's potential employers and internships that I was trying to, be proactive with my studying, even though I wasn't really doing an internship at the time. Another program that I had applied to and was accepted to was actually Lehigh in Prague. But I unfortunately was supposed to go my sophomore year in the summer, which we all were unable to go anywhere again. But that program is really exciting, and it's for I believe it's only for business school students or students who are also like computer science and business as well. And you are applying to take a class through Lehigh with Lehigh professors, and then also be abroad in Prague. And you would be interning with, they would place you based on kind of your interests in a company for the couple of weeks that you're there. I think it's 4 weeks. And you'll be doing the class and doing an internship there. So there's a lot of programs kind of like that that Lehigh offers for first years and sophomores because, they understand that the industry is not really built to provide internships at the bigger companies that you'll be looking for more in your junior year.
Mm-hmm. Anybody else want to make any comments about an internship experience they had or anything that they'd like to share relative to that topic? I see another one here that is somewhat similar where they're talking about experience, but it's while you're a student. And I do believe we have somebody who can speak about this quite well. It says, could you talk about the investment management group? Can anyone join? Is there a selection process?
Yeah, so I'm on the executive board of the investment management group. And there is an open format to the club. So any student can become a member, and the role of the member is to come attend meetings. And then there will be a small team of students who will deliver a stock pitch. So they'll make a presentation and say, hey, we want the portfolio to buy Amazon stock. And then you as a member would be able to sit there, ask questions and interact with the team pitching it, and then actually be able to vote on whether or not the portfolio buys the stock. And then there's a selection process if you want to become a member of the executive board. But yeah, we're open to all students. It's predominantly for learning and getting that hands-on experience if one day you want to go into investment management or really anything in finance.
Now, a lot of you mentioned a lot of other clubs that are business related. How easy is it for a freshman to get engaged in clubs? What kinds of experiences can freshmen expect when they come to Lehigh and start looking at the club activity on campus?
Yeah, Emily, you take this one. I know you got it.
I was just going to say, well, as a freshman, you definitely will end up signing up for a lot more clubs than you will attend and be part of. And, we have over 200 plus clubs, and we do a club fair in the beginning of the year where on our front lawn, we have all the clubs set up and you go around, sign up for anything that you're interested in. And we have clubs that are academic based or more kind of social based, like, we have coffee club and stuff like that. But as a freshman, you definitely can get involved. I was part of the marketing club, and I still am today, which I totally forgot to mention. But, there's tons of different clubs that you can get involved in, and especially through the business school, we have lots of different clubs. I know Trevor's in a club and has a executive board position, if he wants to talk a little more about that.
Yeah, definitely. So in addition to the club fair that takes place on the front lawn, there's also a College of Business club fair that takes place during the fall and sometimes in the spring semester as well. And that club fair is focused on getting students involved in some of their major related interests. And so for me, I went to that initial club fair in the fall. Got involved in the stuff that kind of piqued my, my outlet interests. And so I got involved in the Student Senate and met people in there. And then I went to the College of Business Club Fair, and that's where I, initially got involved in the International Business Club and took on that leadership role pretty quickly. What you'll find at Lehigh, though, is that when you get involved in one club and you meet other people, you'll hear about other students and what else they're involved in. And so you'll be able to kind of pick up on their interests. That's kind of how I've broadened my network a lot at Lehigh. And that's something that I think Lehigh definitely offers is a really great club network and ways to kind of get involved in things that you might not have necessarily signed up in during your first day at Lehigh.
And I'll talk a little bit about what I'm involved in the Supply Chain Management Club. I feel like, just to sort of briefly say this, it's all going to be what you make of it kind of thing. Like, if you want to get involved in a club and you want to show up every now and then, you might not get as much out of it as if like you really want to put in the time for it. Like this year with the Supply Chain Management Club, we really haven't done too many events just because we haven't been great at planning. But in the fall, I set up a tour of where I worked over the summer. I worked in a PetSmart distribution center as one of their interns on the inbound side of the warehouse. And it definitely got some more interest in the club because we actually had something going on, So even if you're a freshman coming in, it's good to bring these things up to the current e-board members and whatever club you're in. Like, this is something that I'm interested in doing. How can this be a part of it? Yeah, that's a little bit about that, I guess.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Lots of opportunity for leadership, most definitely. Any other comments on clubs, organizations? No? There are a lot of questions here. Were any of you offered internships the summer after your freshman year?
I think when it comes to internships in like your freshman and sophomore summers, it's really more so about like leveraging your network and reaching out to like people who are willing to help that personally. And it's not a Lehigh thing or really any business school. It's just that those companies aren't necessarily looking to always hire freshmen and sophomores through a formal program. So I think the best route to really go is look to your network or the Lehigh network and try to find those informal opportunities as opposed to the formal opportunities.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and then going off of what Robbie said, like I did an internship after my freshman year, but it has nothing to do with what I'm going into coming this summer. So it really doesn't matter. Like, you can take the summer as an opportunity to do summer classes, because I did that for 2 summers, or you can try and get an internship, but it's more about what works with your schedule and what you want to do in terms of your education.
Yeah, Natalie, I hear you. And I think a lot of students I hear a lot of students talking about just getting that experience. And sometimes even doing something where you learn you don't want to do something is valuable. So amassing that experience is important. I think most students really try to get that internship that leads to future employment in the profession more in the junior to senior year, kind of as a stepping point to where they might want to go next. Because that's usually when students have some major coursework that's under their belt and they're ready to go with that. And this is
I was just going to add briefly, a lot of companies that will be looking to recruit you as Lehigh student come your junior year will host like externships or some like kind of bigger presentation type programs the summer of your freshman or sophomore year, because they eventually would be interested in hiring you for their internship program. So you could definitely keep your eye out for that. And a lot of times the Career Center at Lehigh, they will send emails out to the students, which include dates and links to sign up for some of those information sessions, externship opportunities that the bigger companies will have.
It's a good point. We have a wonderful online location for students called Handshake, and all Lehigh students have access to it. And it gives everybody the opportunity to see what the opportunities are with respect to information sessions, different kinds of summer programs. And some majors really do have earlier orientation to the field. So for example, accounting leadership programs, then you'll find that the opportunities vary, and hopefully you find something that meets your interest. And having said that, there's a really good question in here about how did you decide what major you would choose? It says, please tell us more about the classes offered in the first 2 years as you're deciding what your major will be. And are those predetermined? And we heard a little bit about the core from some of the folks earlier, but perhaps you could tell us a little bit more about your path and how maybe the coursework had informed what you did.
I could jump on this first, I guess. I actually was kind of in an interesting situation coming into the business school because I started in the arts and sciences school at Lehigh, and I took some psychology classes and was like, this is really interesting to me, but I don't really see what I could do outside of like being a therapist. And that wasn't really something that I wanted to do. So I knew about supply chain. I had heard about it, and it was the only thing that was in the business school that kind of like jumped out at me because I have parents in accounting and finance. My brother's in accounting as well, and kind of cut and dry and wasn't really what I wanted to go into. But supply chain was interesting to me, so I easily transferred over into the business school, which is something really nice about Lehigh, just being able to switch from school to another school and basically not miss a beat. And I wasn't really that far behind or anything. And going through some of those core classes and taking a few of the intro ones, my first semester sophomore year and then second semester sophomore year as well, really just kind of made me realize that I wanted to stick with supply chain. So I chose that as my major at the end of sophomore year, and it's been doing me pretty well since.
Any others like to talk about your path to your major and how you decided on that? Big decision.
I think for me, I'm a very indecisive person. So coming in, I had no idea what I wanted to major in. And I was going back and forth between finance and marketing. And ultimately, I decided marketing because I also just love graphic design and arts, and I am minoring in that. So I thought that that kind of ties in with marketing a bit more. And I did talk to my advisor about this for days until I finally declared it. So that was helpful. And then I think also another thing to point out too is that, you can switch your major. My friend switched her major 3 times before deciding what she wanted to do. And also I think it depends on kind of the professors that you have. Like I loved my marketing professor, and I think that's why I kind of leaned towards marketing. And also I took intro to management like my sophomore year and loved the professor. And I decided to add that as a minor just this past year as a junior. So there's definitely opportunities, to add things to as you take those classes.
Mm-hmm. Interestingly, these questions kind of flip to the other side, moving away from specialization, and just ask, do you have any more general education requirements in the College of Business? Could you take courses outside of business, for example, in engineering? So why don't we tell them a little bit more about that and the opportunities that you've used that extra learning for? What do we call those? Our non-business credits, our distribution?
Yeah, I can.
Yes, sir.
Oh, yeah, go ahead. No, you can go.
No, all you. Okay, so yeah, Lehigh requires that all students take classes outside of their major, and this is done intentionally to help students to develop more of a well-rounded perspective and to also expose you to some areas that you might not have come to college interested in. So I have a friend who actually was majoring in finance and ended up picking up a minor in Mandarin because he took a single Mandarin class. And so Lehigh requires that you take natural sciences, social science classes, humanities classes, diversity classes, global classes. And so you kind of develop this crazy perspective. And then essentially, if you find an interest in any of those areas, you can add it as a minor. And you keep on taking courses within that track. And so it's done intentionally, and it's definitely something to take advantage of. And you'll start taking classes outside of your respective college in that first semester that you get to Lehigh, and it'll stay that way for the remainder of your time here at the university.
Yeah, so just to add on that, with having the opportunity to have all those non-business credits, for me at least, I was able to take advantage of it and get two minors. You probably noticed from all of us introducing ourselves, one of the really cool things about Lehigh and pretty much all of the programs is that everyone's really able to pursue multiple different interests. So I've really met very few people who have one major and that's it, that they're studying at Lehigh. Most people will either double major or have major with a minor or more than one minor, which is really exciting. And I think it kind of speaks to the ambitions of the Lehigh students. And all of you guys who've been accepted, I'm sure you're all extremely smart. So congrats for that. But I think that's why the business school is really cool, because I came in not knowing that I'd want to be an earth and environmental science minor, but I had taken AP environmental science in my high school and decided, even though I had gotten into Lehigh early decision, might as well sit and take the AP exam. I did well. I submitted it to Lehigh and it counted for 3 different earth science credits and courses at Lehigh. So then I came in and wanted to take an elective class my first semester freshman year. It just made sense to take another environmental science class. I met that professor. He was one of my favorite professors at Lehigh, became my advisor for my minor. I took another course with him, and then I really only needed to take one more class in a different lab, and then I had the minor already secured. So it kind of just fell into my lap that way. So it didn't even feel like it was really adding much else because it was something I was really interested in. And then even though I was able to pursue that interest, it counted towards having all of my natural science credits for the business school. So that was really cool. And I've been really, that was one of my favorite parts, I think, about the Lehigh Business School and the way it's set up with the credits.
Mm-hmm. Anybody else want to share something about a minor that you picked up relative to, we talked about majors, but there's also these minors, which is a smaller set of credits. Anybody want to speak to that and their choices in that area?
Sure, I can go. So like we were talking about, I think it's 33 credits outside of the College of Business. So I applied a good portion of those credits to international relations to do an IR minor, just because I figured I may as well apply it to one certain subject and come out with another degree. But really, you can do it to anything that you're interested in. And then in terms of just taking minors in general, I have 3 of them, and a lot of my classes cross list, and I kind of planned that ahead. So as long as you have a little bit of an idea of what your interests are, you can definitely dabble in them and then take it in any direction that you want.
Mm-hmm. How would you describe the workload at the business school? And maybe putting it from the perspective of a first-year student as well.
It was a bit of a shock to me at first, mainly I mean, like I said, I wasn't in the business school freshman year, but still the workload in college in general, because you're having to balance so many things that you didn't really have to balance in high school. So like, I'm mainly talking about like socializing and that sort of scene as well. Balancing that with your workload is a little tough, but like it's definitely manageable. Like you just got to put in the work and you'll hopefully come out with something from it.
I think personally, I came from a very rigorous high school, so I was kind of used to the workload. But I think the difference was utilizing time in between classes to do work or taking advantage of professors' office hours. You know, in high school, you kind of are in class from 8 to 3 and then have extracurricular activities. But in college, it's going to be different. You're going to have gaps in between your classes that you have to use wisely. So I think it took me a while to get the groove of it and take advantage of those times.
I know that's always one of the most popular questions at our freshman orientation. When we have panels of upperclassmen, students always want to know, first of all, how do you fit it all in? And what are your tips to be successful as you start? So when you come to Lehigh, you can look forward to orientation because that's a very popular topic for students who want to be successful when they get here. So how many of you have taken courses during the winter semester? I know we've started that at Lehigh recently, and it just said, can you explain that semester, please? It's actually more like a term. Wouldn't you say, Natalie? It's not really a full semester.
Well, actually, my winter class was also the Silicon Valley one, so that was shortened into 2 weeks. But I mean, I have had friends who did end up taking the winter classes. Really, what motivated them to do that was that there were certain classes that they wanted to take in the spring semester, and maybe it needed a prerequisite, or they just wanted to lighten their load for the spring semester, which is why they decided to do that.
I actually recently took a winter course. It was Law 101. I had taken Corporate Law 201, which is required as part of the business curriculum during my sophomore year or during the first semester of my junior year, and it piqued my interest in law. And so I took Law 101 over the winter, and it ended up being one of, if not my most favorite class at Lehigh so far. It's taught in a condensed term, so it's not the same length as a regular semester. Obviously, it goes for about a month. You meet more regularly during the week than you would during a regular semester. You spend a little more time on the class as well. Tends to be more intensive, but that course specifically, it was very kind of experiential learning, like working through cases and stuff. But for students who take, say, accounting over the summer, it's much more intensive. It's the same amount of material, just crammed into a shorter period of time. So those tend to be a little bit more difficult. But, you know, it's totally up to the student to kind of make a decision like that.
So we have winter, and then we have summer. That's actually what the two terms. You could do a longer one during the summer. So there's a lot of different options for students to try to either get ahead, catch up, change your mind a little bit, get some other credits in as well. Advising in the College of Business. How does advising work? And I would actually say advising and mentoring formally and informally, because I know a lot of you also have connections with faculty and mentorship, even outside of the advising process. But maybe we just start with the question asked about how does advising work and when do they begin advising you?
I can talk about this. So once you are in a college, you will get an advisor. So for all of you, you will receive a business advisor. And then once you declare a major, you'll receive a advisor specifically for your major. And, you know, if you declare a minor, you also receive an advisor for your minor. But they're great resources to take advantage of, and they do stay with you throughout your time at Lehigh. So, you know, once you do get those advisors, they're there to answer any questions, help you with your schedules. I just met with my advisor for my classes for next semester, and she was super helpful as to, you know, what classes I should prioritize and take and whatnot. But yeah, so you definitely will get lots of help, and they're super helpful. They have drop-in hours, or you can schedule meetings with them. And I think having multiple advisors is also really important because, sometimes you ask one advisor something and, they might have an opinion versus another advisor. So I think hearing as many opinions as you can get is definitely a plus.
Mm-hmm. So are all of you expecting to graduate in 4 years while having a double major or multiple minors? I think advising helps a little bit with that too, although I'd say most business students are really good at figuring out how to make it work. That's probably the most challenge I've seen with students is how they pack it all in to make it work. Would you agree with that statement? Pretty fair assessment.
Yeah, I was going to say I'm not a double major, but I have friends who are. And if you decide that's something that you want to do, you definitely have to plan it out a little more intensely as to when certain courses are offered and when you have the availability to take them. But your advisor really would help you a lot with that. So once you kind of have the inclination that you might want to do a double major, I would make a meeting with them as soon as possible. And so then you could plan kind of your schedule moving forward. And if you decide you no longer wanted to pursue that second major, then you could always adjust it from there. But in terms of minors, I think a lot of the people that I know, and myself included, I mean, everyone else on the panel can feel free to give their opinion, but I think that a lot of us actually end up being surprised as to how much space we have in the required credits for the non-College of Business requirement. And so I, like I had mentioned, have 2 minors until about this past fall. So my second to last semester at Lehigh, I was only planning to complete my Earth and Environmental Science minor, but just based on the other entrepreneurship credits I had taken and one class that I was interested in taking, after talking to the professor who was offering the class, he had mentioned that it could be potentially cross-listed to count towards the entrepreneurship minor. And so I was already interested in taking that class. I was able to submit a petition for that course with its syllabus and also the word of the professor. And we were able to get it approved to count towards my entrepreneurship minor. So then I really just needed to complete my capstone for my entrepreneurship minor to add that on. And it really wasn't any additional work or stress that I would have expected from it. So I think you'll be surprised as to how much ability you have to find those areas you're interested in studying more.
I see some of our students are answering kind of specific questions relative to their area. I want to thank you for that. There was a question about our placement, our first destination, and I see that Danielle chatted out our first destination report. Those results are for the class that graduated last year. So the question is, what percentage of placement did we have? We had 97% of our students were employed, continuing education, which means going on to graduate school for the most part, or pursuing military and voluntary service. We had 81% employed, 97% overall, 81% employed, 15% continuing education. And I know it's a popular outcome to go to graduate school, not popular for everyone, but for accounting, I know that that's something that they tend to do more than MBA. And that link will show you it for the university. It will show it for you for CSB. I know there's some questions about computer science and business, as well as other areas around other majors and programs at the university. And I guess one of the questions that came up that is kind of a nice, not quite closer, but a good one to reflect about is it worth the money to come to Lehigh? Is it worth the tuition to come to Lehigh, in your opinion? I see some nods. That's an affirmative move. Tell us a little bit more about your thinking. Mm-hmm.
So I would definitely say so. I think the biggest thing that I've gotten from Lehigh outside of, the kind of networking that's present here is definitely the ability to get so involved so quickly. And when it came time to having conversations with people for my internships that I'm applying to, it was very easy to kind of lean back on some of the experiences that I've had. I think the other side of things too, that isn't necessarily College of Business related, is just the network of people that you meet, the friends that you make here at Lehigh. I think it was touched on earlier, but there's this really strong sense of collaborative focus at Lehigh, and there's not so much of a focus on competition between one another. And so the example I like to point out is that one of the libraries has two kind of sides. There's one that's more social, and there's one that's more quiet, and the social side always tends to have more students. And that's just because people like talking to each other, working on projects together. And in many of the colleges I had toured, that was just not something that I saw. So definitely something to also consider.
I think also just walking around, everyone is wearing their brown and white, and everyone is excited to be at Lehigh and happy to be at Lehigh. I am a tour guide, so just a couple weeks ago, I had a dad who actually graduated at Lehigh, and he was wearing a Lehigh sweatshirt, and he said to me, years ago, I was also a tour guide in your same position, and to this day, I still wear my brown and white. And hearing that just made me really happy. And, once you do come to Lehigh, you will become part of the Lehigh family, and you will forever stay in that Lehigh family, even if you aren't necessarily on campus.
Indeed. What types of summer opportunities have you had or will you have after your junior and senior years? I guess what's next for some of you?
So I'm interning at PNC Bank this upcoming summer in their corporate and commercial banking department. So I'm looking to get kind of like a general banking set of experiences that I can kind of take with me after I graduate. So looking forward to that.
Anyone else care to share?
I can share. Oh, you can go first.
Okay. I am continuing with PetSmart. I'm not continuing at the distribution center I was working at, because they had a leader in training program, like a supervisor in training program position open, but it wasn't really a path that I want to stay in. I'm more interested in procurement and supply management now, rather than the operations and warehousing part of it. So I just reached out to them, and they ended up having a position at their home office in Phoenix as a supply chain rotational analyst. So it was a nice and easy transition into that role, and that's what I'm going to be doing for the next couple of years. It's a program as well.
Anyone else care to share?
Yeah, so I had an internship this past summer after my junior year with Bank of America in their advisor development training program. And I received a return offer from that program, which I'm very excited about, because ideally I'd like to become a financial advisor and work in wealth management. So I'll be returning this summer after graduating with Bank of America in their rotational training program. And so I'm really excited about that, because I'll be able to get a really strong foundation in a few different areas of the bank. That way, if for some reason my mind gets changed or something else sparks my interest more than I had anticipated it to, I'll have the opportunity to just have a really strong foundation without kind of diving right in head first into a big girl on my own job. It is a big girl job, but it's kind of, they're expecting all of us to have just graduated. So I'll be with basically my training program will start with a class of all students who are starting out in maybe their first job, just graduating from school, which is really exciting for me. And then I saw a few questions in the chat about MBA programs. I'm definitely one to be interested in considering returning to school in the future for an MBA. I think that that's definitely something you can do a little bit more research on for your own decision. But personally, I find that the people I've spoken to in my network and professionals I've worked with, that if more school is something you're interested in pursuing in the current time period, it seems that it's very valuable to go work for a few years and then have a better idea as to what you might want to study more clearly, or if there's a pivot you would like to take with going back to school rather than just going straight in right after graduating. So I can only speak off behalf of my own personal opinion and my friends, but I don't know of anyone who's going directly into an MBA program graduating from Lehigh Business School. I'm not saying it doesn't happen, but I'd say that I think most of my friends are either staying at Lehigh for an additional master's degree or a second major, or going to grad school or going into the workforce. I don't really know of anyone else who's staying for an MBA or going directly to another school for an MBA, but that is something I'd be excited about in the future.
Yeah, I think that that's pretty well said, Melissa, for most of our students. Usually MBA might be something down the road, but our placement after undergraduate is quite impressive, and people are prepared to contribute pretty quickly. And so that's what most of our students would tend to do. Anybody else have any comments about your next steps, or anything you'd like to say about your thoughts about graduate school? There are a couple of questions about study abroad. Does anybody want to speak to that? The study abroad experience, when do people do it? It's been a little unusual with the pandemic, but I know that typically close to over 40% of our students have gone study abroad historically. I think the pandemic posed some challenges. Trevor, you have the International Business Club. I know you guys are doing a lot of pivoting during the pandemic.
Yeah, so there's like I said earlier, there's a couple of specialized programming that's offered in the summer. Iacocca International Internship is awesome. Tauc Scholars Program is great. Lehigh in Prague, Lehigh in Singapore, all of those sort of programs take place abroad in the summer. There are other options. Obviously, during the winter term, you can study abroad in kind of like a smaller, quicker term. And then in the fall and spring, those are like your standard study abroad opportunities that you can typically find at most institutions. But if you express interest in studying abroad, they'll assign you to an ambassador. You work with them, an advisor even, and you can kind of help to work that into your schedule. So it's definitely something I would think about maybe looking into during your freshman year, but most typically will study abroad during their sophomore year or their junior year, and then they'll save senior year to kind of spend it on campus for one last term.
Any other comments from anybody about study abroad or experience you've had growing your international exposure or experience?
Well, as I mentioned, I'm a part of the Lehigh Martindale Student Associate Honors Program, which is not necessarily a study abroad program, but it gives the students to travel abroad for research. So I was able to take part in this program over the past year and a half. And unfortunately, my abroad experience was to Alaska, but it still served an incredible experience and a really awesome place to base research in. So I'm currently finishing up my research project for that, but this next year's cohort for the program will be traveling to Denmark to do their research. So this is just one of the many programs that Lehigh has, and this program runs our abroad experience would be in the summer. So I went in August right before classes start, but sometimes they do it in May right after classes end, depending on which country they're visiting. But I also know my little in Greek life, she's currently abroad in Geneva, Switzerland, and she's an IR major. So that was really important for her to want to go abroad. And even with COVID and the obstacles, she was able to pretty easily communicate with her advisors for study abroad and the programs there and find something that was really interesting to her. And I've been hearing really incredible things about her experience and the traveling she's been able to do. And I think I saw a question about when do students usually like to go. I think it kind of depends on your preference, but I would say a majority of people I know who are interested in going abroad have considered doing it in the spring semester rather than the fall, just because I think there's a few less kind of holidays and Lehigh events going on that people want to kind of be around for in the fall. So we have like our Lehigh rivalry game in the fall. We have Halloween in the fall, Thanksgiving, pacing break, those kind of things that occur in the fall. So I think there's just a lot more going on that people want to be around for. Whereas in the spring, the main break is just for spring break. So kind of is more just like a straight shot through in the spring semester. So I think that kind of be my perspective on it, but there's definitely a lot of opportunity.
I just sent our emailed or chatted out a brochure that is hot off the press, and it includes some information about international experiences and some other fun facts about our program. I did see some questions from students who are interested in or admitted into the computer science and business program. So congratulations on that. That's an awesome program. I'm sure all of us here on the call know some people who are CSB students. That program is really special because it's accredited not only in AACSB, which is the business accreditation, but also for ABET in computer science. And students, it is rigorous. It has more credits than the Bachelor of Science in Business and Economics, which most students on this call are in. But what it does is you take the business core, the computer science core, and it's really neat because you don't have a major per se, but at the end you get to do an actual project where you do research or a proposal, and then you do a prototype for some software development or some kind of problem that a real business client is experiencing. So you get a real hands-on experience applying your computer programming skills to problems in business. And it is quite a popular major. And it is rigorous, but I think a lot of our business school is rigorous, and you kind of play to your strengths and find where it is that you could be successful. And that's probably the biggest key to your success as a Lehigh student. I'm just looking, there's a lot of questions, more questions popping in. It says here, as somebody said about moving between Lehigh schools, business schools, or schools, can you share more information? What if I want to make sure there's flexibility in the case of a change of interest? Shane, you said that you had transferred in from another college. Did anybody else here transfer in from another college? Melissa? Okay. So that process is after you achieve sophomore standing, which is about 24 credits at the university, you're able to move as long as you have a good academic standing. And to move into the business school, you actually need some prerequisite courses. You need at least a C- or better in calculus and economics, just to be sure that you don't get off to a very slow start in the program. That's a prereq for a lot of our courses, but you can flow both ways. We do tend to get more students into the business school than out, as evidenced by a couple of folks on this call. But good advising is really important. So whatever school you're in, there's somebody in a chair who can help you. Usually in the associate dean's office, to think about what your academic plan would be if you decided to move or explore different courses of action. Melissa and Shane, do you have anything you might want to add to that perspective?
You covered most of it, I think. I just remember taking Eco 1, and I think I had calculus from high school. So it wasn't really that hard of a transition coming into the business school. Going out of it, I'm not really familiar. I definitely think going to arts and sciences is probably somewhat easy, but maybe going to engineering, I don't even know of anyone who would do that, but yeah.
Yeah, I also came from arts and sciences into business, so I had a similar experience as Shane.
Another thing that some students do is we talk a lot about double majors here, typically within the business school, and we have some folks doing minors both in the business school and outside. And Robert, I think you have a minor that's kind of across different colleges with fintech. I don't know if you want to mention anything about that.
Yeah, the fintech minor is really cool. It actually helped me to get my internship. I knew with all the students that were applying to my internship, by the way, is within like a blockchain type of digital asset type role. So they were getting applicants from finance, from computer science, but having that fintech minor really made me stand out. And yeah, it sort of bridges the discipline between finance and information systems. So it was very easy to overlap and take classes that worked for each of those major and minor requirements.
Danielle, I know you've been listening in, and these students have just done a phenomenal job sharing their experience. And I hope you'll join me in thanking them for being here and thanking the audience for sharing such great questions. I hope that we answered as many as we could to give you more information. And Danielle?
Yeah, so thank you again to all of our panelists. Also, thank you to Dean Z for doing a wonderful job of kind of guiding the entire conversation and really sharing a lot of information from both all of our student panelists and also from yourself, right, as the dean and someone that loves Lehigh Business just as much as all of our students. Some would argue maybe even a little bit more since you are year after year. But thank you again to all of you on the other end of your computer screens for joining us. Congratulations again. Please take advantage of all the other virtual events that we have going on. Join us. We're excited to celebrate you, all of your accomplishments, and hopefully welcome you onto campus in August. So with that, thank you all again for joining us and have a wonderful rest of your day.